behind the German.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show left. Herb and Ditto performing a simulated carrier takeoff, flying mostly on the power of 1,425 horsepower of that Curtiss Wright engine. There he is lifting off right now, 65 knots, turning outbound just like he was aboard the carrier. Stanford Douglas waiting by the info tent, so those folks that came with Stanford Douglas waiting by the info tent over here behind the announcer stand. There he is. Herb Baker climbing out in Ditto for the smoke ring aerobatics. I think you're going to be impressed with this. I hope that the wind will stay with us today just like it is. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. We got some pretty good rings yesterday. Hopefully we'll get the better today. He's going to set up for a canopy pass coming in at about 350 miles an hour. With the wingtip vortex smoke showing the tremendous speed and the power, moving nearly 4.5 G's out of this canopy. What do we mean by a canopy pass? He's going to come in and put one of the wings towards the ground and let you look right down inside the cockpit of the T-28 Trojan. You can see the tremendous power of the 1,425 horsepower making that T-28 sky high there. 3,000 feet in just a matter of a couple of minutes. Now he'll come from behind the crowd over your right shoulder. Using that altitude, he'll push forward on that stick, pick up a lot of airspeed, smash we call it, and bring it in that arcing canopy pass. We'll be looking right down inside the cockpit as he uses a 350 miles an hour to go from one edge of the airline box to the other. And behind the crowd now, still maintaining that 3,000 feet. Watch him as the left wing comes down now. He picks up the corner marker. There we go. Decides exactly the precise entry point into the aerobatic box. The smoke comes on, the stick goes forward. As he heads downhill, building up that all-important airspeed at 350 miles an hour. Here's the strafing fire over the canopy pass by Herb Baker and Ditto. Using the energy of that 350 mile an hour pass, climbing nearly vertical now. Over the top in a sort of cloverleaf turn while he looks for smoke ring targets. Where are they? Coming out of the dive now. Enough speed within the old Barnstormers loop right here at the show center while looking for smoke rings. To follow that old Barnstormers loop with a reverse cubic and turn around. With a big smoke ring down where a couple of others are forming. Up over the top, relaxing the back pressure, lets it float just a little bit. Now back pressure as he comes on through to complete the Barnstormers loop. Beautiful smoke in the blue skies here on Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst as Herb Baker flies Ditto. Great smoke system on this airplane. watch for smoke rings and a lot of other shifts from those lingering smoke trails. He'll be constantly trying to position himself to safely burst through some of those smoke rings. So we can get a couple of bullseyes. If he misses, it's always an oops. Giant barrel roll. Setting up a 45-degree off the center flight and then rolling the airplane up over the top. A 1G maneuver, a little over 1G maneuver. Rolls right, 270 degrees. Hard pull to the left now. Back on that stick, pushing it down in the seat of the cockpit as he brings it back to show center. Now, watch him as he does a right-hand roll. Going up, left-hand roll. Going down, roll rate about 60 degrees per second. It takes about 6 seconds to complete one of those rolls. He calls that the Tootsie Roll. Smoke ring target. Still looking for some of those rings up there. Burst through. Now setting up from show right, he comes back for the 4-point hesitation roll. Watch Herb as he pulls the nose of Ditto up a little bit and then rolls the aircraft, stopping at every 90 degrees around the compass in the 4-point hesitation roll. Nose comes up. There's 1 knife edge, 2 to the inverted, 3 to the opposing knife edge, and then 4 back to the upright. Now to level turn, Herb will demonstrate how the smoke trails break up into a circle of rings. He's going to turn and look for targets to burst through using the effective carry turn. All right, we got Herb on the radio right now, and he's going to talk us through a couple of these maneuvers. Herb, how's the air up there today? Okay, Herb, we're live on the PA now. How's the air up there today? How's the air up there today, Herb?
Oh, okay. Now we got the air. It's good smooth air up there. We're target to turn the right for that. We're still having fun.
Well, the beautiful smoke system on that airplane is leaving a great trail in the sky, hoping for a few more bullseyes for the target.
3,500 feet again, and we're up there 30 next.
All right, we got some beautiful smoke rings right above us here, Herb. Setting up for the cloverleaf. He'll be diving in at 300 miles an hour, pulling 4.5 G's to the vertical. He'll roll precisely 120 degrees, finishing the first leap with the top half of the loop, diving again to pick up that speed. He'll go to the vertical again, another 120-degree roll in the last half of the loop. He'll have plenty of energy to complete the third leap, we hope. So let's watch carefully. Remember, he doesn't have power during his aerobatic routine. It's just precise energy management that Herb uses with Ditto. Setting up for the 3-leaf clover. Also calls this the bomb pass. All right, he's set up in position right over your right shoulder, high up there. Once again at 3,000 feet, setting up for the 3 clover. Roger that, sir. He's inbound for the 3-leaf clover. The smoke is on from Herb Baker and Ditto. Now watch. 4.5 G's to the vertical. Watch as he rolls at 120 degrees. Finishing the first leaf. Diving again to pick up that life-saving speed. Again, he rolls to the vertical and executes another 128-degree roll. The last half of a loop. Now let's see if he can make the third loop. I think he's got enough energy. Hard pull to the vertical. And the third and final roll of 120 degrees to complete the 3-leaf clover by Herb Baker Ditto. Now, beautiful maneuver. We got some targets out there for you. Let's see if he goes for a couple of those. Up. Roger that, thank you. Clear back to the air boss. That was Herb Baker and Ditto. Normally lands with the tail hook down. I don't know if he'll do it since he's not landing right out in front of the crowd. Comes in for the carrier brake to land, puts the speed brake out in that T-28 Trojan. Lowers the landing gear, then adds full flaps, opens the canopy in case of a ditching operation if he were over water. And sets up about a 325-foot altitude landing pattern to come aboard the boat. And if you were coming aboard the aircraft carrier in the old days, they used to use an LSO, or a landing signal officer. If you folks are used to watching late night television or some of the World War II movies, the LSO would stand out there with paddles and give the pilot directions on whether he was too low, too high, too far left, too far right. And then, of course, an engine cut just before he crossed the fantail. And he was looking to grab the number 3 wire aboard